Shalom. First and
foremost, we give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahshua, Bahashem, Hakatadash.
I want to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere Akim out there teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom. Now we're out here again, yet another week and another day. You know, and a lot of stuff happened this week, apparently. Like every week. And you know, I wanna, see if we can start a subject about Lord willing, about the chariots of the Most High, and a lot of people don't, they don't know what they are, but we know what they are, and those chariots is what's going to save us in the coming days, man. Not anything of our that are carnal or anything of the sorts, like stocking up weapons, stuff like that. When you're a spiritual man or a spiritual person, you will know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua, if you believe and you have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, everything else will fall in place. He will protect you, but you have to have faith for Him to protect you. You have to trust in Him. And there's a prophecy. There's prophecy. It says, "Look up for your redemption is nigh," which is referring to those chariots. No other religion in this world, man, can explain what those quote UFOs are completely. But people, a lot of these people who are Christians, they say they believe in the Bible, but they don't actually read the Bible. Because if you actually read the Bible, you will know what those so-called UFOs are. This is 100% the truth, man. This is 100% the truth. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua, He's only coming to save these people on this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel, and not the entire world, not everybody who believes on Him, no nothing, man. Because there's going to be people that will be calling upon Him, but not doing the works or anything of the sorts. They may know the names, but they're not actually doing anything to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Faith is not something that you could just obtain. Faith is a gift from the Most High, as it says, as the scriptures say. Let me just get that real quick. Here we are. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. Yeah, let's start there. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So every man, women, and children that have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it is a gift from Him. It is a gift. That's why it says, "Blessed be your eyes, for they see. Blessed be your ears, for they hear." Now none of us ever, all the Akim and all men, women, and children in this truth, had never thought in their life that they will actually, find out about this or to know about this. Because if Yahweh Shem Yahushua wanted, he would not have woken us up into this truth. It would be like everybody else. Now, as a lot of you Akim know, those people who are watching, or those who don't know, there was a chariot in New Jersey hovering over the sky. Now, Edom says it was a blimp. Whether it was a blimp or not, people's reaction was real. There was nothing fake about it. And how the Ak made a video saying that vibration went through. Whether it was a blimp, whether it was a chariot, the vibration, was just the reaction of these people. They were true. And a lot of the Akim, for a fact, a lot of the Akim, Aquathium, and Albanium, for a fact, when we saw that, we were excited. We were excited. Why? Because we know what those are. We know that those are the vehicles of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the chariots of the Most High. And that's what's going to bring our salvation. Now, yeah, you want to read Zechariah?
This is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and looked up my eyes, and looked.
Oh, if you want to read it, you can read it over there. It's just after this.
Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and looked up my eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the beneath thereof 10 cubits. Then he ready. In the breadth, the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the course,
The
curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Now, that's good. That's going to be the curse of this world, man. But it's a blessing to the ones that believe on Yahushua, you know, because Yahushua is the one who's going to deliver us, man. You know, through the power of Yahweh, man. He's the one that's going to deliver us through these chariots, through the curse that's going to be upon this earth, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. It talks about that there's going to be a massive chariot, and it's going to blast its beam, and there's going to be nothing received but dust and smell of smoke, man. Now it's going to be a curse upon this place, because every time they see those chariots, they know that it draw closer, man. They are so terrified from the sight of these so-called UFOs. All right. Now, the scriptures, if these Christians actually read the scriptures, they will know that the chariots of the Most High is mentioned throughout the entire scriptures, man. Throughout the majority of the entire scriptures. Now, the Northern Star, let me get that real quick. That star that when Yahushua was born, that was the chariot. That was the chariot of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua during that time. It is written throughout the entire scriptures that there's chariots of the Most High, and this is what I'm saying. This is 100% the truth, man. This is 100% the truth because there is no religion in this world, man, that can explain what those chariots are. All right? There's nothing in the world that can explain it.
There's more. There's like these so-called UFOs that used to like to say that see, like cigar-shaped UFO up there. That's actually a pillar. That's a pillar. You know. That's Exodus 13 and 21. You know. And,
Oh yeah.
And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night.
So even when the Lord was guiding Israel out of the land of Egypt, he was using the chariot. Israel was following the chariot, which was a cloud of smoke. Was it a cloud of smoke? Pillar of smoke? Pillar of smoke by day. And what was it by night?
It's like there's more. It's like Exodus 13:22, and he took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night.
Pillar of cloud by day, pillar of fire by night. And these chariots are super bright, man. You could see them all the way up there, man. They're extremely bright.
That could be known as also a flying roll. That's a form of a roll too.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Spanish, it would be rollo. He's roll.
You've seen it from the bottom. That chariot, you've seen it from the bottom, and it was most likely far up. That's why the size was like small.
Yeah.
So it was far up, and it looked like a circle from the bottom. So he's gonna call it a roll. Oh, and what it says in this, let me get this.
These chariots, they fly any way how, you know, however this is done.
Well, whatever,
You know?
it follows these angels around. Alright, buddy. This is Ezekiel chapter 1 verse. Start at this is talking about how the angels' appearance, how they look, and their characteristics. And it says, Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 15, it says, "Now I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth, by the living creatures with his four faces, the appearance of the wheels, and their work was like the color of beryl, which is green. And they four had one likeness." That means they both were having this, let's say, yeah, it's sick, yeah. There you go. They're both floating. Continue, and it says, the four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was like it. And their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. That means how Pastor Remla mentioned it, like Bison from Street Fighter. When he's floating around, he's like going forward, going backwards, going side to side. The dude isn't turning. He's not turning, but he can go side to side, back, all over the place. He isn't even moving. Yeah. Yeah. And it says, continuing, and it says, as for the rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four, which is referring to those windows. The chariots have windows, man. And it says, and when the living creatures went, the four wheels went with them, went by them. I mean, it's like it, not the four wheels. The wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. So basically saying that these chariots were following this angel wherever he goes. He goes this way, the chariot above him, that vehicle above him is going to follow with him. He goes up, the chariot also going to go up. It's literally in sync. Wherever the angel wants to go, that chariot's going to go. It's now that's way more advanced than Esau Edom, the so-called white man's technology, man.
Yeah, I'll make Esau's technology look like a small wagon. You know.
A small wagon? Yeah, like one of those wooden carts.
Yeah.
Yo, was we supposed to read this?
Not yet. Okay. It says, whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was the Spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the Spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. And when those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the Spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Let me see if we can. So, yeah. And Dwada Yahbashim Yahusha for giving us the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Yeah, you can read it.
Matthew 13.
Yes, sir.
Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered unto them.
Wait.
But
That's weird.
I think I can see it.
Yo, that's weird. That's amazing.
Yeah, I still.
I know, but like, there's no glare whatsoever. In the sun, you can see the sun clearly through it. Yo, man, I don't know about you, but I see that as like I see that also as one of the wonders that Yahbashim Yahusha put in heaven. That's amazing, man.
Get it?
Oh no. Yeah, I said the sun looks really eerie.
Ooh, that's like cool in like in a way.
That's like a Star Wars sun.
Oh, look at
It looks like the sun's about to turn red. Does it mean the sun red? But it's actually orange. Imagine in the inside, what if the sun
Okay,
turns red?
continue.
Or black? Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Now, this is the same thing as Yahusha was doing is what we're doing now. A lot of people, what we're out here to do, is the same doctrine that Yahusha has taught. All right, it's the same doctrine. He's given us this doctrine, man, and we're doing the same thing that he did back then. And a lot of people are not gonna believe it back then. A lot of people are not gonna believe it nowadays, man. But the ones that he has blessed, for them to come into this truth, out of all the people, man. All right, and if you can hear, and if you can see, and you can hear, and believe unto this word, then you're blessed. Yahushua has blessed. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has blessed you, man. And like that proves right there that Yahushua, what this world English calls Jesus. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh is what this world ignorantly calls God. Alright? And Yahushua is what this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Alright? Isn't coming for everybody, man. He isn't coming for everybody. In one of those parables are also these with these chariots, man. Those are one of the other secrets of the kingdom of heaven.
For whosoever hath, to him it shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall it be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I unto them in parables, because they see not, and they hear not, neither do they understand.
It is crazy. They don't understand. You know, the prophets, every time I gotta mention it, man. The prophet's been out here for 30 plus years, man. 30 plus years. 30 years. Like, and throughout those 30 years, the prophet's been repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, man. Over and over and over again. The so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Most High, man. And all sorts of things, man. But when it shows up, people are like, oh, what is that? Oh, what is that? Or all of this, man. Or anything of the source, man. But we've constantly been saying over and over and over again, even the scriptures saying people go to Sunday church, man. Sunday fucking church. And they go to these Sunday churches and they still don't know a thing. You just repeat that again. Repeat that. Hold in that verse. Yeah, just that verse.
They speak unto them in parables?
That verse.
Can you say it again?
Not all over again.
Read it again.
This one. This one.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
They will never understand this, because it is only given unto certain men, women, and children for them to understand it. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has blessed them to understand, man. Yahweh has given Yahushua us. Alright? And through Yahushua, we're going to glorify the Most High. Through the love, if we love Yahushua, we're going to, believe what He says and follow wherever He goes.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Now, those chariots, they're going to be the curse upon this whole earth, man. Across the whole face of this earth, man. Because Yahushua, He's coming with thousands of angels. He's coming with thousands of angels, and they're gonna destroy things, man. They're gonna utterly destroy things. You seen Independence Day? I did destroy the Empire State Building. That Edom knows, man. The higher up Edomites, they know what those chariots are, man. This is why they classify these these UFO sightings and these videos and stuff like that, man.
It's like-
But now they're declassifying it because people are starting to believe it. All right, people are starting to believe it, and there's nothing that they can do now. There's nothing that they can do to try to hide it. There's nothing you can do against the truth or for the truth, man. 'Cause there's so many different things that Edom has, man. And every time I love how advanced these chariots are, man. Like every time Edom, I like how the Aki call it say, Esau's hands are too short to box the Most High. Way too short, man. You can't even do a swing. Because like
It's gonna look just stubby.
he's
It's gonna stubby looking hands.
stuff, yeah.
You know?
Way too short to box the Most High. And I love like when that story was like the Air Force pilot was following a chariot of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright? What this world calls UFOs. Alright? Following one of them. And to the pilot, he's right behind him, but he's trying to get close, but he feels like he's not getting close at all. Why? Because that angel's just messing with him and going the same exact speed as the jet. So he feels like he's getting close, but he's not getting close. And then the chariot just goes like, he starts rotating. And he's like this dude, he's rotating. Like, he's rotating. And supposedly it goes on and it says that that so-called, what's it? What do they call it?
What's that?
Yeah.
It sounds like a beer.
Is it that? FPS? F.
Oh, you're talking about a jet now?
FAP. Flying aerial phenomenon. That's what they call it. Flying aerial phenomenon. And phenomenon is something. The word phenomenon is something that goes against science. Goes against the logic.
That's the new.
of
That's the
man
new thing
technically.
that they're using. So they don't want to. They don't want to say. They don't even want to say UFO anymore.
They want to call
flying
it
aerial phenomenon. So
flying
now-
aerial phenomenon because
So-
it breaks the understanding of what man has right now.
But you know what's the closest thing to a phenomenon? It's a flying aerial phenomenon, and they don't want to describe it as
It's
physical
supernatural.
now. So it's supernatural. So basically, it's a flying ghost now.
It's a flying ghost. It's
so
something that's not natural.
So-
Something that's a phenomenon is something that is not natural to the mind of man. All right. Now they're calling it what's it? It's not, it's just FAP. Flying aerial phenomenon. So there's another one they're talking about. This one was a video. I think it was the same one, but it was in the very beginning where they cut it off. But the chariot was going super fast, super fast, and they're trying to do it on the auto lock, on. You can see the thing going like, and then it finally locks on. The thing's going like across the ocean. You can see the water just going like. It looks like, you know how like in games when you're going like super fast, it kind of looks like it's like very rough looking when you're going across. That's how it looked like.
that chariot has the power to shrink and get bigger.
Yeah, it was at the ocean floor, and the guy was like, "What the hell is this?" And he's like, I believe one of them said like, "Are you sure it's not a drone?" And he's like, "Nah, man, it's like most definitely not a drone because this thing is going against the wind. It's going against the force of the wind."
It was defying what they can say the laws of physics.
Yeah, it was going against the force of the wind, at insane speeds. If that was a human, they would have had G-force trauma, and they would have got knocked out, and the whole thing would have just, their aircraft would have just crashed into the water, and they would have died.
So when they say the laws of physics, they're basically saying the laws of physical world, which means a material world. So it's a spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because our faith is something that's not seen. The mind of man is things that they can already see, things that they can already understand. But what we believe in is something that it is not seen, nor does any man understand. This is why this is going to be the strangers of our salvation, man. This is why they're going to be like, what? Those crazy guys were all right? Yo, I remember one of the arguments they just posted last week, I think. Somebody posted on a comment on a news article saying the Hebrew Israelites were right. That's what they said. And I'm like, hell yeah, we're right. Because this thing is something that was pre-written, man. Alright? We're saying what. We can't find a switch, it's not. Okay, never mind. Anyways,
Yeah. So,
Yo.
So it's basically it's just
It's Edom's hands are too short to box with the Most High, man. Yo, if those chariots really wanted to, you could shoot missiles at it, and those missiles would become instant duds. Literally, get in the proximity of the chariot, they become done. You just fall. Man, you're too short to box with the Most High. You're throwing sticks and stones at them. And who's the one who created those? Oh my gosh, man, you're stupid. Edom, you already lost this war, man. This is not even a war.
We lost the war before it
Most
even
I give you
began.
enough time
This
to
is
build
basically
yourself
just
up. You know?
Picking up scraps
Yeah.
that was left.
The most I gave him enough time to build himself up. And
Right.
no matter how many times Edom will build himself up, it's still no match.
Yeah, this isn't no movie, man. This ain't no movie. There ain't gonna be no good ending. You ain't gonna fucking somehow do the Star Wars thing and shoot a fucking nuclear missile in the crack of a chariot. Alright? The chariot is, oh my gosh. No matter what you do, you shoot a nuclear bomb at the Lord's chariot. What's gonna be standing is the Lord's chariot. Alright? Like, you already lost this battle. You already lost it.
Lost before we even begin.
You already lost. You're still durst to fight the Lord, man.
You know?
You still. No, let me get that real quick.
The Most High wrote a story. It is a true story. That Esau's gonna lose.
Let me just
And
get.
guess what?
Let me just get
Esau
this real quick.
lost.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth." Edom, alright? It's already pre-written. It's already pre-written. It even says what's gonna happen in the kingdom. If it's already says what's gonna happen in the kingdom, does that not mean that you already been destroyed during that time and our kingdom has come across? What the hell is wrong with you?
It even says
And
on the
okay.
aftermath.
Okay, it basically just told you the prequel afterwards.
Yeah, it already gave you the spoilers of the sequel.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, because that even talks about in the kingdom when we all gonna be narrowly looking down.
They're really
Hey,
looking
is this the man
This
who
is,
said-
oh, you want to get that? Get that real quick. Is that Isaiah?
14.
Yeah, get that real quick. Yo, the Lord's gonna kick you out of your heaven, man. It ain't even gonna happen like how your movie's doing. Alright? It ain't gonna happen like a good ending like Star Wars. Like that's what I mentioned about. You ain't gonna shoot a missile in the crack of the Lord's chariot and somehow destroy it.
And the biggest example, the biggest one that everybody already knows, Independence Day.
Independence Day,
There's
yeah.
gonna be no man wins the war against
Bruh,
aliens.
let me put you this straight, man. Let me put this straight. Alright? You ain't even gonna take down a chariot. Alright? Like the movies? How you see a jet chasing a chariot and shooting down the chariot, you see the chariot boom. Or like you're going to a mountain to going in the crack like Star Wars maybe. Like going through the crack and you got the and you squeeze through this tiny crack and the two chariots just go boom. Chariots gonna go like boom. On the other side already. On the other side, waiting for you to come right out.
One scene that was bothering me about the Independence Day. when what's his Will Smith was chasing the chariot, and he also outsmarted the chariot. And he was about to make it look like he's heading towards a mountain. He went over that mountain, and the chariot crashed. You know.
Yeah, like
And
really.
And then really, I was like, really, if
It
it was a real chariot, the chariot can have the will to go right through that mountain and come up to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. And that, either that,
Or to the
or
mountain.
okay, let me put this straight. All right, chariots are not. They're not motivated by the momentum, by propulsion. All right, and they're not moved by propulsion like your jets. They don't continuously go forward. All right, they can go like that instantly, instant stop, and go right over it at light speed already. At light speed.
Do like that,
Oh, you
like
did
this.
that?
Yeah, the chariot doesn't even have the
Like,
bracing.
like, you know how jets fly and they do that? Well,
Yeah.
This one could just do that.
Just go.
So if you really think about it, it's like if you're in a car and the car makes a sudden stop, what happened to the people in there? They go like this, right?
Yeah.
So these are spiritual chariots. So it goes like that. Everybody still is the same.
This,
Yeah, but still, the
They can go
chariot.
out
that-
there,
yeah.
go like
yo,
that.
these angels are gonna have so much fun.
The chariots could just do
They're gonna
that.
have so much.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the ones doing how the movie is, like
You know how
pretending that pretending like the angel's getting shot at, right, and getting damaged, like his ship is getting damaged, right, and the jet's chasing, and the chariot does like how the movies go to the mountain, right, go like
Or just
like that,
fade
and
through
then
it.
make the jet crash.
Bro, yeah, okay, but like I said, it's not a war. It's basically a playground for the
Yo,
for the Most High.
it literally straight. This is no war, man. It's a one-sided battle. You can't even see that. You're so okay. You look. You get that real quick. I see.
It's for Esau is gonna be a war, and you know what? He's just gonna be afraid
Literal
to play.
war of worlds. How that movie goes.
He's gonna be afraid to play.
It's gonna be a playground for the Most High, but it ain't gonna be fun for Esau.
Literally be a playground. I wouldn't say playground for one side. But then, I'm sure that the angels will have fun.
What a war.
It's Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man, the earth? Is this the man that made the earth tremble? Did shake kingdoms?
Oh, and first of all, I want to mention that before that's talking about Lucifer getting kicked out of kicked out of heaven, stuff like that. That's what.
Yeah, that's one thing.
And these Christians,
This Christian
Christians,
needs to get that straight, that story straight.
and then it
Which you're never
continues
gonna
down
get, right?
saying, "This is the man."
Yeah, they need to explain that. And you know what? This is why these so-called Christians don't open the Bible and read it, because they'll embarrass themselves.
They will,
They'll
yeah,
embarrass-
they'll be
because
embarrassed, yeah.
This is in the book of Isaiah the 14th
They will
chapter.
lose their followers. They will lose their income and money.
Yeah, because according to them, Esau got kicked out of heaven right before Genesis. Where is that in Genesis? Now, let's talk about Lucifer. I mean, not Esau, Salaki. When Lucifer got kicked out of heaven before Genesis. That's false.
Oh my God.
But then, that's nowhere to be found in Genesis. You can find Lucifer in Isaiah the 14th chapter. So how are they going to explain that? How are they going to explain that? And now when you read on, it says a man. So which one was it? Was he an angel or was he a man?
He's a man. And not just that, in Revelation it says it was a 6 is the number of a man. Number of a man. Now, if we put that aside real quick.
And they say it's a
Get
beginning,
back.
but Isaiah the 14th chapter is pretty much, that's prophecy.
Let's put that aside real quick. You know, exactly what it means. We're gonna look narrowly upon you like this is the man that made the earth tremble? Like, did shake the earth, like this dude, you're gonna be like in the kingdom, just like fucking these cavemen, man. You go like,
I remember there's a time when we into camp we started talking about that. Our kids, they were saying a great story, story what happened here. And we're gonna tell the story about Esau, that guy. We're gonna say, believe it or not,
this dude.
that you would never find out. When the story, that man over there made the earth tremble before.
Oh, you mean like, you believe it or not? But guess what? You know that evil man that the story was talking about? That's him right there. And they're like, that's the one that made the earth shake.
I just imagine our kids saying, I just imagine the kids in the scene, they was like, that's the man? That's the man? One of them picks up a rock throwing on him.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense with one of the Aki stories that he had a dream about heaven. His kids was chasing little old Esau with sticks. So probably when they look at it, that narrative, so that's the man who did the earth tremble. They're gonna go like, what? Get him! Come on, let's get him.
Let's go get him.
And that's it. Poking at him with sticks.
Yeah. You know, look. The battle, you already lost the battle, man. You already lost the battle. You ain't gonna touch the elect, right? You ain't gonna touch them. Even if you put some of them to death, all right? The election, man. The martyrs. You still didn't actually kill them, man. You didn't. You just gave them first tickets to the chariots, man. Front row seats. Get front row seats to your downfall.
For another one for the prophet.
Yeah.
There's that. You're in the end times. You're running with your family, like, but you're all part of your like. One of your family members died. You were like no. You like saying no, and like right when you get into the chariot, your family member's like right there, like hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Let me just get this real quick. You know, this is Second Ezra chapter 13.
I just imagine.
Let me
It's
just.
gonna go so slow. Chariots are going fast and slow.
Oh, let me get this real quick. Actually, no. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Real quick. All right. You need to get Isaiah 26 and 20 and read down to 21. But after I read this. Okay. So, Second Ezra chapter 13 verse 1, it says, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamt a dream by the night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were unseen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was a gathered a multitude. Okay, so let me just get that real quick. Let me just repeat that again, actually. Alright, no, actually, let me just continue. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds out of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Alright? So, let me start over real quick. And it says, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamt a dream by the night, and lo, the wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, which is referring to the sky, man. Which is referring to the sky. That is referring to the sky, and the waves are referring to the clouds. All right, it moved all the clouds when it, just like think of Independence Day. All right, when a big chariot is coming, when that big quote UFO is coming, it's going on the sky. It's moving all the clouds, just pushed it all away. Literally pushed it all away, and it came through. All right. And it says, and I beheld and lo, that man waxed strong with us as a heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Why? Just like Independence Day, the very first one, when people were looking up, everybody was like, but it ain't gonna be like that, but it's gonna be similar. People are gonna be like, some people are gonna be like, accidentally getting in the car crash because they're looking. Or like, people are gonna like, or imagine a fat kid with a cone, right? And he's taking a lick, he's like, and the cone, and the ice cream just falls. He's been like that.
Yo, there's a part 2 with the giant chariot, the grass.
That was, yeah, it was bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bigger. But yeah, so it's gonna be like Independence Day. It's gonna be like that. Everybody's gonna be shook, but it's gonna be way worse. It's gonna be way worse because there's already gonna be shit happening during that time. During that time, there are people already terrified of what's going on. But right when that chariot cracks the cloud, right when Yahushua, all right, comes with thousands of heaven men, with the glory of Yahweh, of his father, of our father, man, all right, and he cracks those clouds. All men just going to tremble. You want to get that? You want to get that? All hands. I think it's also in Isaiah, but we get that. It's like yeah. I found it. All right, I found it. Isaiah 13 and somebody start at 1 and read down to damn, you know what? Yo, you know what? Read all the way down. Alright? From 1 all the way down to 22. Alright? This is Isaiah. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Alright? Actually, no, you can read it.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The bird of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sacrifice ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. Tumultuous? A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
And that's Yahweh Shib Yahushua, he's the one stirring up all these conflicts. Every single conflict that you see on the news, these uproars, these seditions, these plagues, these pestilences. Who's the one doing it? You want to get that? Also, shall there be fire in the city? The Lord has not done it. Wonder fire you already kindled. Let me get that. Let me get that over.
verse 6.
Yeah, you can read along. Yeah.
Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it?
We constantly are blowing that trumpet, man. We're constant. This is why it says in Jeremiah, was it 4:21? If I'm correct. How long are they going to see? How long are we going to see that standard, man? Because we're constantly out here, man. In season, out of season. We're the prophets of Bashim Yahushua, and we're constantly blowing that trumpet, man. We're constantly saying that these prophets are going to come across. All right? And Yahbashim Yahushua's doing this, man. He's the one doing it. All right? There ain't no man's doing this. This is caused by global warming. All of this stuff is happening because Yahbashim Yahushua wants it. All right? The reason this world's going to end is because there's going to be a transition of worlds. All right? This world is ruled in wickedness, as it says in Job 9:24, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The reason the end of the world's going to happen is because the world's going to be transitioned from the wicked to the righteous, man. And yo, Yahbashim Yahushua, as I mentioned before, man, none of these people actually listen to what we say, man. And we constantly say things, man. People are still putting off from seeing a so-called UFO in New Jersey, man. When we constantly saying that it's the chariot of Yahbashim Yahushua. If you was a spiritual man, they would have been rejoicing at seeing it, man. You'll be like, call on Yahbashim Yahushua every time you see it. Because that's like... Okay,
So Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of all prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And what does prophecy mean? What is to prophesy? It's to say before, alright? That means Yahweh is going to do it, man. Yahweh's going to do it. That means he sent forth his word, and through his prophets, he's giving warning before he does it. Alright? And the prophets are always out when there's going to be a downfall to a kingdom, when there's going to be a pestilence or anything of the sorts, or anything that's going to be a bad and evil time, man. So this is Luke chapter 12, verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on earth. What shall I if it already be kindled? Now the fires in California and the fires in Oregon. Look, Yahbashim Yahushua's doing that, man. Yahbashim Yahushua's doing that. Alright? There ain't no, it was caused by man or anything of the sorts. There ain't nothing like that. Alright? Yahbashim Yahushua caused it. All those deaths, all of that was caused because the Lord wanted it that way, man. The Lord's going to utterly destroy this place. All right, what a phenomenon that happened in California. Throughout all of that fire, you got a fire tornado. And what happens with a tornado? An increase in wind. Huh? An increase in wind and everything. That's going to be feeding the fire even more. All right? That whole tornado was full of fire. That's amazing, man. So call Allah Yahbashim Yahushua for bringing destruction to Babylon, man.
And you know, you see it on the news how the sky looks red. That's just a taste of things to come.
A taste of things to come,
because,
man.
The whole sky is going to look red now. You know, after that.
All right, you
Says you start reading.
No.
What if that's what it means one day?
It's
Scripture
Isaiah
says the
chapter 13,
sky's
verse
gonna
4.
be red. That
The
fire-
noise of
fire's
the
gonna
noise,
spread around the world.
the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, and tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. They come from a faraway country, from a foreign country, from the end of heaven. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. I'm gonna start over with 5 again. They come from a far country, from the from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as destruction from the Almighty.
So that right there goes hand in hand with another scripture. It says, let me get that real quick.
Oh, I love that scripture right there.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. What is there to not get from that, man? All you Christians is coming from the same Bible, man. Alright? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Alright? It's only it's even darkness to even the elect, man. But we're gonna be saved out of it. Lord willing that we're part of that number.
It's not gonna be like bright and shiny like it shows in the movies or whatever. You know,
You ain't gonna
your
see-
pastors are teaching the congregation to fall in the same hole.
I'm gonna say it again. You ain't gonna see no so-called Jesus Christ come out of the clouds going. Who's it? Let's take my hand.
Like that.
Like some ballet theater or something.
That instantly destroys the Christian
Right, it ain't even gonna be like that cause your dreams are vain, man. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, man. You committing sin daily. You doing all of this and all of that. Alright? Do you repent daily? I bet you don't. Alright? Or anything like that. Do you repent at all? And a lot of these people, they don't, man.
And if they
And whenever they do, they don't keep their word.
they don't keep their word, or they go repent to another man.
Or anything of the sort, man.
Or like the Catholics, they go what? To a priest and confess. They get
Yeah,
out of
let me-
there. They get out of that booth, and they do whatever wicked thing they
Yeah.
go about again.
And they say, oh, don't
You know?
worry, I've repented for my sins.
Let me repeat it again. Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and laid his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. Alright? There ain't no gonna be no religion of some sort that will save you from the coming days, man. Let me get this. This is Judges chapter 10, verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Let's see if so-called God or so-called Jesus Christ will save you the coming days, man. You don't got the true name, all right? You don't got the true names, man. But the prophets are out here, and what you're doing, walking to and fro and ignoring them, man. Every single man that doesn't believe in those names, you're condemned already, man. As it says in John 17.
You know what? The Lord's not a respecter of persons.
Not John 17, it's like
even people, like even children, so-called children. Actually, that kid looked like he was like 12, 13.
As it says in John 3 and 17 and 18.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Nah, it's little comments.
Oh, I didn't even hear.
They don't care.
What did he say?
You got something to say, man.
They got something to say, but they keep walking. You know?
They got something to say. You don't got something to say to us. You got something to say with the Heavenly Father.
That's
to
a
his
young
son,
man, anyways. That's not even a boy. That's a young man. You know?
So let me just say this real quick. You know, just what's the word? Just put the point there, for lack of better words. John chapter 3 verse 16. For Yahweh Bashim Yahushua so loveth the world of what? The world of Israel, that he gave his only begotten son, for whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Alright? For Yahweh sent his son into the world to condemn the world. Yahweh has sent not his son into the world to condemn the world. And what world? The world of Israel. Because he says, I'm going to destroy, was it? Can you find that? Would I have mercy on Jacob? Just to put just to add to it.